Today we're going to do what if female Deku was what if female Deku had an art quirk? And for the ship for this one, you gotta find out on your own because you know because just because there was a tie between Shinso and Todoroki. There was an absolute tie. So there's also some other interesting ones like Denki or Kirishima. And someone even requested Bakugo, which I denied because Bakugo already hates her. He views her as weak. He views her as puny. He views her as a weak, puny, shy girl. So yeah. This ain't gonna be a Bakugo ship because Bakugo sees her as a weak, shy, puny, scared little girl. So as for the entrance, for the heroes versus villains, it's actually going to be Ida and Nozumi and versus Ida and Nozumi versus Cyril and who should be it? Okay, so first is going to be So who is this gonna be? Okay, so Jiro and let's do Ida and Nozumi versus Momo and Zero. Yeah. Ida introduces himself to Nozumi and she's pretty flustered, and Ida tries to calm her down and says, I'm Nozumi Akabane. My quirk is a live art. And thank you for the person who commented this on my last video, on my last part. So shout out to you. And she just told Ida it does what it sounds. So Ida understands her quirk, and Ida tells her that his quirk is a speed quirk, and since Nozumi was pretty smart and a good strategist, she made a good strategy. Because she was researching on everyone's quirks because she read the documents about her classmates, okay? Because remember, she used to live in UA, so she has to know everyone, okay? She's also part of the big tree, okay? Instead of the big tree, it's now the big four, okay? And Mira's actually in class 3B, which is actually surprising. Well, not really much to you guys, but I was kind of surprised. Now, let's go. So, she thought that Zero and Momo might have guarded the bomb and blocked the exit, and so they went from the top, okay? At first, okay, Nozumi drew Ida really fast. She drew Ida and herself and then made clones of them, and then they were walking in, okay? And they act the same, okay? And then Nozumi's pretty good at parkour, so she goes up and helps Ida. You have to be really careful, and they went through the ventilation system, and then they went down, and then once they saw the clones came, and then they wait till the clones will come, okay? The clones came, and yeah. Momo and Zero began to fight the clones while Nozumi just goes down really quietly and just taps the bomb, and then Ida doesn't even go in there because he's too big. Nozumi is pretty small. She's just 159 centimeters, about the height of Nagisa's height in an assassination classroom. So yeah. And they said hero team wins. And All Might asked who was the MVP. And Momo just raised her hand, and All Might said, "Yes, young Momo." Oh, no, Momo doesn't even say that. So he asked who's the MVP, and then no one really answered, and All Might discussed about the MVP, which was Nozumi. She made clones of her and Ida, of her drawings, and she crawled through the vents because she was pretty small. And yeah, she came up with a plan. So Nozumi is the MVP for this match. And she took back her drawings. She just put them back in her notebook and go. And yeah, the other things go as in camp, and the other people had their other matches, and yeah. Just to be clear, Nozumi is a part of the Big Tree ever since she was 10 years old, when she began understanding her quirk more. Okay? And was more, that's, at 10 years old, that's where she got her battle strategist stuff. So she's now part of the Big Four, okay? The Big Tree, and now the Big Four. And people underestimate her too much. Okay? After a little while of adjusting, Nozumi begins to think of a good strategy. She looked at herself. She noticed that people keep on looking down on her, which is pretty good because because people underestimated her because so after a few days when she's comfortable at everyone, she begins to still act the same, but in reality, she tells the teachers about her plan, and the teachers agree because they want to teach their students that everything is not what they seem. Okay? So when she got comfortable, she begins to not be shy anymore, but she still acts like it because she wants them to know that that looks are deceiving and you should never underestimate your opponent. Okay? Okay? Now, so yeah. And then when they gone to lunch, when they picked their class rep, people chose Nozumi and Momo Yaoyorozu, but Nozumi hands the spot to Ida. And yeah, because she still wants to act shy and timid, so that people will underestimate her because she looks really innocent, but in the battlefield she's like a machine gun shooting a ton of people. No, she doesn't. No. She doesn't act. Her innocence is not all an act, okay? This is her personality. She's shy, timid, but when she's on the battlefield, yeah, you're screwed. And once you give her a task, she'll finish that task fast and easy. So, yeah. Now, let's go in the cafeteria incident, and And when the thing came up, Nozumi wasn't really scared because one, it was just a press. Two, if there's an actual villain attack, there's actually a lot of heroes on the grounds. Three, she has many joints to protect her, and she legit has a literal gun. Okay, just to be sure, she wears fingerless gloves, but on her palms, she has a gun in one palm. She has a shotgun in one palm. She has a shotgun and machine gun on her right palm, and while her left palm has a sword and a knife. Okay, and the back of her left palm, the back of her left palm has bullets for both the shotgun and the machine gun. Don't worry, they're just rubber bullets, okay? On the back of her other palm, okay, the back on her right palm has bandages and medical supplies. Okay, so that's it. And also in the big tree, I think that Nozumi would even up Miria, okay? She could even up Miria if she had to, because she has really fast reflexes, because yeah. I think she would be 10%, 20% more than Mirio, okay? 20% more than Mirio, because she has pretty fast reflexes, she's pretty agile, and yeah. She basically has Kurasuma's technique, okay? She basically has Kurasuma's technique. Okay? She basically has Kurasuma's technique from Assassination Classroom. Okay, so this is what if I'm just plucking out stuff from Assassination Classroom and not Avatar, because in my what ifs, I'm plucking off everything from each anime. So, yeah. The same goes in canon. Same thing goes in canon where Ochako lifted Ida up. And now time for the USJ. The USJ villains attack. This time villains attack, okay? And then villains attack, okay? Villains attack. Aizawa comes in, and oh yeah, on the back of her right palm too. On the back of her right palm, she also has a sniper, okay? She has rubber bullets. Okay, so yeah. She also made her suit out of nanotech, okay? To change colors, okay? So she also has a hood on the back of this, because this is gonna be her hero suit, okay? She turned it to those army uniforms where it's camouflage and just snipe the villains. She just hits the pressure point where they would be knocked out, okay? And then when Kurogiri just teleported the students, he didn't really catch Nozumi, because she snuck and Ida went out, and she began sniping villains, and she just keeps on moving around, okay? Every time she snaps 3 to 5 times, and then moves to another spot in the USJ. And then the villain said, "They have a sniper! They have a sniper!" It's actually That actually surprises Shigaraki because he he thought that he thought all the students were gone, and and then Shigaraki's like, "Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Where are you, kid? Where are you? Who's been sniping the villains? Who's been sniping my villains? Who has been sniping the villains? Who? Who, you cheaters?" And Shigaraki said, "Who? Who? Who sniped Who sniped them? Who sniped them? Who is the one Who is the sniper?" And then the Nomu came up, and yeah, most of the villains are knocked out. And then Nozumi sniped Shigaraki. Okay, she sniped Shigaraki in the kneecaps, and Shigaraki's like, "Oh snap!" And then Shigaraki's kneecap just pop off. One of his right kneecap just pop off, which gave Shigaraki some pain, a lot of pain. Yeah. And yeah. He told Nomu to kill Aizawa, and he said, "I'll give you 3 seconds. 3 seconds to I'll give you 3 seconds. 3 seconds to legit come out here or Aizawa dies." And Nozumi shows up, and with her pad of paper and pads with her sketchbooks. She has one sketchbook in her left hand, and then another. She has one sketchbook in her hand. She has a lot of notebooks. Okay. She began setting all the notebooks in. She took all the notebooks in a circle around her, and she says, "Let him go." She goes, "Aww, aww," and then Shigaraki is teasing her about her being defenseless and being a coward, and he couldn't believe his eyes that she legit looks like a 10-year-old. Okay, no, she just looks like this, and she's just pretty small. She's just Nagisa size. And Shigaraki gets mad, and he told Nomu to kill her, and then Nozumi started bringing out all her whole army alive. She got dragons, knights in shining armor, Valkyries, and genies, ninjas, basically a whole army to attack the Nomu. And she also took fairies, she got fairies out, mages, a lot of stuff. And yeah. Shigaraki's like, You cheater! You cheater! And then she bandaged up Aizawa, giving him first aid. And yeah. And then the army took care of the Nomu, and then they went back to Nozumi's notebooks, and yeah. Nozumi just stabs the Nomu in the head, carving his brain out and plucking it off. She gets the sword, she thrusts it in the Nomu's brain, and then she cuts it, and then boom. No more brain. Nomu dead. Shigaraki tried to reach out for her, but yeah, one of her drawings, which was the bodyguard, Nozumi just kicks him out, just roundhouse kick him. Nozumi just roundhouse kicked him. And Shigaraki's pretty hurt now. And Nozumi grabbed her sniper and then her gun and then snipe Shigaraki, shoot Shigaraki's other kneecap, his elbows, and yeah. Shigaraki's in a lot of pain right now, and yeah. So yeah. And those types of bullets were anti-Quirk bullets because she used to draw anything she wanted to, so she just made anti-Quirk bullets, and now Shigaraki can no more use his Quirk. Of course, she can reverse the effects. So yeah, Shigaraki, and then when All Might came in, he saw Aizawa being healed by Nozumi, because Nozumi just happens to create a healing potion, draw a healing potion, and then made Aizawa drink it, and Aizawa's healed. Most of her inspiration is from fairy tales and stories and legends, and yeah, basically the medieval times. So Alma was thinking, maybe I can get her to use that on me. So yeah, the students got back safe. They had they did a 1 day break because the teacher's like, these are legit our future heroes, and plus they should be okay with being traumatized. Just kidding. They just gave them a 1 day break because most of them is not taken care of by Izumi. I mean, not Izumi, Nozumi and Aizawa. So yeah, the students didn't really get attacked. They just escaped. Okay. None of the students got If I said that the students got teleported, they didn't. They just escaped, and yeah. So yeah. And then Nozumi got called into the office of Principal Nezu and All Might, and into the recovery room, and then All Might asks and tells her about One For All and his scar, and then she gave All Might the good elixir, okay? And by the way, just to make it simple, All For One can't. I mean, no. Yeah, just to make it simple, yeah. So that's it. Yeah. So, All Might gets healed 100%, and yeah. After that 1 day, she bumped into Shinso. She saw Shinso in the library, and Shinso saw her, and he had a little crush on her. It was he was blushing, but he didn't really know what it is, and he decided to talk to her because she seemed nice. They talked for a little while, and Nozumi saw a book in Shinso's hands, and she says, "Whoa, and she's like, "Wow, I know that book. I read it." And she was like, "Really?" And Nozomi's like, "Yeah." She's like, "Do you want to be friends then?" And Nozumi hesitates a little, but accepts it because she's overheard knows what the big tree is, because he had researched about it, and to be honest, Shinso's a big fan of Nozumi's art. Nozumi began and Nozumi's fighting style, because there's a video of Nozumi fighting 100 students, okay, and when she was just 10, and most of them are bullies, okay, and then the video said, UA bullies got owned by a 10-year-old girl. Okay, I'm not giving you any details because I really want to skip to, and then from that day on, Nozumi began teaching Shinso about fighting and stuff. She just got a lot better, and yeah. After a few days, Shinso had a crush on her. He had a crush on Nozumi. And then time for UA Sports Festival to begin. So yeah. Shinso showed, and let's go. And then when the race comes, let's say that, yeah, the race comes, and Nozumi just begins to ride on her dragon, and then Shinso began running, and yeah, the teachers were really amazed because a student from class 1C, whose quirk isn't about speed but about brainwashing, is just doing this. Once he saw, yeah, everything about Shinso improved. Once he saw Once Shinso saw Todoroki's eyes, he just jumped over it and then just started running, and Naruto running. Because Nozumi taught him about running because if you want to gain more speed, run like that, this, and he was getting a lot of speed. And teachers were pretty surprised that Shinso's actually doing it. So yeah. And Nozumi got first, Todoroki in second, Bakugo in third, and Shinso got fourth. Okay? Because he has been okay, so the teachers were pretty impressed because, yeah. Oh yeah, I forgot about the speech. So before that, the speech comes and then the representative of Class 1A, aka Nozumi, stand up. She says, "Hello everyone, I'm Class 1A representative, Nozumi Akabane. As you all might know that I'm the artist behind the graffiti." And yeah, I want to say to everyone that even though you are weak, even though that even though people might look down on you, you still have a chance. I expect a lot of great things from UA. And I have seen people. No matter how weak your quirk is, if you just have the determination and hard work, you can do anything. She points to and then she points to the girl with those vines on her hair. She said, "You." And then the girl said, "Me?" And she says, "Yes, you. With your quirk, you can probably make a with your quirk. I'm with your quirk, which was pretty awesome. You can make vines and stuff. You can actually with enough training, you can actually make a sword or armor out of it." And she points to Monoma, and she says, "You." Monoma says, "Me?" And she said, "Yeah, your copy quirk has a lot of potential. I've been researching." No, she does, and then she says, "Your copy quirk has a lot of potential. If you train it hard enough, you might have some slots and copy them permanently." Mom was thinking about that, and it was actually true. His doctors did say something about that when he was little. He had a little flashback about that. And Monoma actually starting to like Class 1A more, a little bit more. Because of this girl's speech. And she said, even though you have a weak quirk or whatever, if you just lay around sitting around doing nothing, then you're just wasting your potential. So, I suggest today, and we should go plus ultra people. No, she doesn't say. And she doesn't say people, but she says, so let's go beyond plus ultra. And then she tapped the paper in her hands, and then she slammed her notebook, and then a lot of confetti came. People were pretty inspired, and yeah. I'm sorry. So yeah. People were inspired by that speech, and Bakugo doesn't. And then Ida does his speech. Bakugo doesn't because Nozumi got first, and yeah. That's their speech, and now let's go to the cavalry. Normally wanted to be with her since she got first, but but Shinso, okay? Shinso, Monoma, and yeah, and that girl with with the vine hair. They wanted to be on her team, and yeah, she basically made a dragon, and then they hop on, and Nola thinks it's pretty cool, and Shinso does too, and yeah, they won, and she said thank you for being on my team. I really appreciate the company, and I hope we'll meet again sometime. So this is where her little friend group started, okay? Her friend group between Monoma, Shinso, and the girl with, with the hair, with those are her friends. Okay, Monoma, Shinso, and the girl with green hair, okay? Just hang out with a big tree, okay? And let's just go to the one-on-one battles, which this is gonna be who should it be? Nozumi versus Ojiro, and surprisingly, Nozumi doesn't really use her quirk. She just I mean, yes, no, Sato. Nozumi versus Sato, the sugar rush guy, who every sugar cube he eats, he gets buffer or stronger. So yeah, Nozumi wins with her speed and agility and flexibility, and she won. She didn't even use her quirk. And then let's go to the fight between Todoroki and yeah, Nozumi just when Todoroki makes it. I'm adding a new thing in Nozumi's quirk when she was training. Sure, she can make things come to life, and yeah, I want her to delete things from existence too. She can draw and erase, so I'm calling it. So the doctors examine her quirk, and they just call it draw and erase. She also erased quirks, by the way, so she erases Todoroki's eyes from existence, and she asks why isn't he using his fire, and then she realizes, and she put all the things together, and Todoroki said, I'm not using that bastard's quirk. I'm not using that bastard's quirk. And then Nozumi says, it's yours! Your quirk, not his! Can he control it? No. Does he even have a switch to make you switch it on? No. So it's your quirk. It always has been. And Todoroki gets that flashback and begins emitting flames. And then when that was happening, Nozumi just roundhouse kicks him out of the arena, and Todoroki said thank you, Akabane. And then she went there and then healed him, and yeah. And from that day on, after that round, Todoroki began crushing on Nozumi. Okay. Todoroki began crushing on Nozumi. So yeah, you can find out in a few more parts on what the ship is. So now let's go to Nozumi versus Bakugo. No. Surprisingly, it's Nozumi versus Shinso, because Shinso legit pissed Bakugo off so much that, yeah, he replied to this question, and yeah. Shinso doesn't really depend on his quirk that much, but this is his fighting style. He fights, and he also asks questions, and a person gives a grunt, yeah, they dead. They have to be legit silent in their mouth, no grunts, no or and yeah, because or people saying "ow, that hurt," and yeah, So, and then she said, I won't use your quirk, okay? I won't use my quirk. Let's just have a full-on fight. Shinso agrees, and yeah, they fought, and Nozumi, yeah, beats Shinso because she legit taught Shinso and realized his fighting style really quick. So yeah. And being the shy, quiet girl she is, she's a silent fighter, so yeah. She heals Shinso, and yeah. Next part is gonna be the internships, and now, and then in the few next parts, we're gonna reveal what's the ship. Okay? Since it's being a love triangle now between Todoroki and Shinso, and then Shinso got moved into 1A thanks to that, and Shinso just thanks Nozumi for everything, and yeah. So yeah. Shinso goes to class 1A, he got a lot of internships, and yeah. The next part will be the internships, and after a couple more parts, we're gonna reveal the ship. Or after after a couple parts, we're gonna do the ship. So have a good night or day, and goodbye.